Alright, people, we are back. What's up, man? Hope everyone is well, and of course, literally doing well. So, today is the day, I just finished watching 4 hours and 2 minutes of Justice League, the Snyder Cut. I think every single person right now has either watched it or literally about to watch it right now. Speaking about the Snyder Cut, it actually, what was just crazy and nuts is, it came out on HBO Max in the US, and from what I was hearing, one article basically stated that HBO Max crashed because a lot of people were trying to stream the movie at once, and it's understandable because this movie's been in the not even making the wanting. The fans have been wanting this for years. Like, release the Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut, the Snyder Cut, the Snyder Cut, the Snyder Cut. Finally, we basically were given a Snyder Cut. Um, so regardless if you hate, love, dislike, I think it's okay or whatever it might be. We got to see the vision of Scott Snyder of Zack Snyder's vision in this Justice League cut, and it was a long cut. I never knew it was 4 hours until yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I respect the movie because we basically it does Zack Snyder justice to basically have his vision being portrayed on the big I mean, being portrayed, you know, in regards to the last one that we actually saw. In the last Justice League movie, it was poorly done. In regards to, it was poorly edited. It was poorly. I mean, the storytelling, everything was poorly done. It was poorly done. It was rushed, way too rushed, and I was like, what's going on? And I was like, it was a very poor movie. Now, my thoughts on this one, I will say this. I respect, Zack Snyder in this movie because, he gave us his vision, which is totally amazing. You know. In regards to how I felt about the movie, I felt it was okay. It was good. It was a good movie. It was 100 times better than the last one. It gave you more backstory, more attention to detail. It was kind of long. It was just way too long. It should have been cut down. It was way too long. It got at times I just got really really bored, and I think the reason I got bored also was because I'm rewatching a movie that I've seen already, but it has different scenes and so forth. So you're like, but I've already seen this, but then you're like, okay, but this is the Snyder cut. What's changed up, and they changed up a few things in there in the movie, which was good. I love the fact there was more substance in the story. So, like for example, we found out when Superman came back to life what happened to him, what he went through to a degree before he actually, of course, came back to being Superman, which was kind of cool and interesting. But overall, I was like, it was an okay movie. It was okay. It was good. It wasn't like a mind blowing, fantastic, dope movie, but it was a good movie. It was much better than the last one they put out. You know, much better. I think the fans would have been much, much happier if this version came out. In regards to, of course, the version we got in the cinemas, which was really, really poor. Really, really poor, really badly done. So I think, to a degree, it would have been amazing if this one came up first. And of course, with the way the movie ended, it would have paved the way for a Justice League 2, and so forth. That's the thing. That I wanted to. That's the thing that came to mind because if this version came out first, it would have paved. It would have given birth to a totally different DCEU. So, it's a shame this movie basically, of course, didn't come out when it didn't, and when it did so, and of course that's because of the situation of Zack Snyder's daughter committing suicide and he had to leave, and it got a bit messy and so forth. So like, that's like understandable. My condolences to, of course, the Snyder family. I'm trying to say. But overall, I mean, I respect the movie I respect the movie for the vision that Zack Snyder put into it because you can tell it was his work, his energy, his substance, and so forth. So I always will respect basically that when it's your creation, you own it 100%, and he owned it. You can just tell it was him, 100% him in this particular movie. But it was an okay, good movie, and of course seeing oh my gosh. Seeing oh my gosh, I'm choking there. Seeing the Martian Manhunter was pretty cool because I never knew, I did not know he was gonna be in that movie because I stayed away from spoilers and everything. So that was pretty cool to see him in that movie. It was nice, it was I kind of, the way I feel, the movie did justice for the fans, and it did justice for the DCEU. So again, if you hated the movie, if you liked it, you have to respect this. This is is Zack Snyder's creation. But like I said, it should have been way too. It should have been way too short, way too short. And the thing is, when I was watching the movie, one thing that it like for me, the DC movies haven't had the that oomph movie. They haven't had like, well, Marvel give you that oomph and that excitation. You get excited. That DC lacks that, and I don't know why. I found the movie. The movie for me was, Justice League. It was kind of slow paced to a degree. There was too much talking. There was just too much talking, and I wasn't a fan of like the slow motion. It just didn't look. It just. I was like, nah, not for me, not for me, man. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. It was an okay, good movie. Um, and you're thinking, was it enjoyable? It was enjoyable to some degree. It was enjoyable to some degree, but I wasn't really like excited or like, oh, when I was watching the movie and so forth, because it just, for me, it just didn't have that. And of course, a lot of people will say this and they'll disagree and they'll say, you know what, whatever, you're a Marvel fan, not a DC fan. You're just like drilling the movie because you're a Marvel fanboy or whatever. No, I'm not, man. This is how I feel about the movie in general. It's like I find the DC movies, they tend to be very slowish, very sluggish, and it's just they don't have they don't have that buzz about them like a Marvel movie does. And I don't know why, because I find that in all of the DC movies, they have like a sluggishness, like a slowness about them, and I don't know why. But overall, could I watch this movie again? I could watch it again, but 4 hours, it was way too long, man, way too long. But I loved the fact that they told the story much better than they did in the last one. The last one was all over the place. It was all over the place. So this one, the story was more solid. There was more character development. The action was much better than the last one in regards to just seeing how they redone the scenes. Like for example, Superman versus Steppenwolf. That was pretty cool. That was cool. I did enjoy that. Um, Aquaman scenes were pretty cool. The Flash was pretty cool. They were all cool. It's just the movie was just kind of sluggish and slow. And I think the reason that was because it was way too long. So after I finished watching it, I was like, how how is this movie so long? Because you're thinking, how is it so long? It was just insane. And then yeah, it was way too long. There was way too much talking. Um, they could have probably told, they could have probably done like a Justice League 1 and a Justice League 2 in that movie, you know? 100%. Like 100%. But, for what it was enjoyable. You know, it was enjoyable. And yeah, I think DC did a good job in improving basically Justice League from what we saw in the movies, because that was just totally bad. Like really, really bad. But yeah, overall, yeah, DC did a DC. Actually, I'm not even too sure. I'm not too sure. I'm just thinking like it's just it was okay. It was good. It was good compared to the last one. Now I keep repeating myself, but it was good. It was good. But I keep repeating myself. Like 4 hours? No, 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 no. Like 4 hours is way too long. Way too long. 100% way too long. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I guess my question to you, beautiful people, what did you think of Justice League? Drop your comments down below. Click like, share, follow, all that good stuff. And how did you feel about the movie? What did you like? What didn't you like? Um, you know, I, what I would say is from seeing this, I I can really feel that the next Justice League movie that they do will basically, you can you can tell it'll be a good movie, because it feels like this movie kind of paved the way. It kind of gave me the signal that yes, DC can produce um, an okay good movie. And it sounds kind of bad I'm saying that, but it feels like it's a stepping stone for them actually just to move forward with their DC universe and so forth. But yeah, I mean, I like. And to be honest, with DC movies, like I say, I don't get that buzz, that excitement like I do when I watch a Marvel movie. It just that's something that DC, in my personal opinion, had a problem with with a very very long time, and that's something that I hope in the future they get right with their movies. Just produce a comic book fast-paced movie. I don't know, man. Like I said, everyone has their own opinion. I'm not saying the DCEU is garbage or trash or whatever. It's just they need to really, really, really improve basically their movie universe. They really, really do. And I think also with DC, my personal opinion, they would work better by not having the shared universes, by having just a separate universe within their own individual movies. Like for example, the Joker movie and so like for example the Batman that's gonna come out. That movie, I think that movie there is gonna be dope. I can feel it. It's gonna be dope. But that's how I think DC should move forward. But overall, I hope everyone enjoyed the movie. If you liked it or didn't like it, totally up to you. That's my thoughts on the movie. But yeah, 100 times better than the last one we saw in the theaters. But yeah, it was enjoyable. It was fun at some points. They did Superman justice. But yeah, it was just way too long. I think for me, if the movie was shorter, it would have been much, much more enjoyable because they would have cut out all the unnecessary things they did in the movie. Because I still don't understand how I watched that movie and it was 4 hours. Like, it was just bad. It was loads of talking, too much talking, man. So, yeah. But that's my thoughts. Again, drop your comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the movie. And I'll catch everyone in a bit. Peace out. Yo. And of course, check out the purple top. Oh, love it. Obviously. Get me.